What's going on, y'all? This is Tim, owner of the Rams and the Grid. This is season three, getting ready to jump off. As you see, we in preseason week three here. Just want to do a quick little off-season recap and season preview for the LA Rams this year. Y'all know me in the group me chat as Hollywood Rams, so but yeah, just want to do a quick little preview and review of the team so far. Um, just a little bit of backstory. I got into the grid about 6 weeks. With 6 weeks left in the season. In season two. So the team was pretty decent already. Record-wise, 6-3, or I think 6-4. And we were outside looking in. Finished about 10-6, probably about one game away from being in the playoffs. So NFC's pretty stacked with good users. So you know, looking to definitely improve that this season to make sure we are in the tournament. But yeah, I'm really excited about this team this year. What we lack in, I guess, in overall ratings and certain, uh, kind of just having those big A+ positions, we make up for it with a lot of effort, and we have playmakers in all over the team. So I'm really excited about this team this year. So in the off season, we let a couple people go. We let go of backup running back Trey Mason, which is probably the most notable one. Um, and just a couple of veterans who, contracts were starting to get a little too expensive for what they were producing. So we definitely needed to upgrade the receiving core. We didn't really have a true number one receiver last year. We kind of, at least for me, I when I got the team, I pretty much played Russian roulette uh, with the uh, with the number one receiver week to week. My highest rated receiver is Tavon Austin. But if you know anything about him and you watch football, he's not a number one receiver. He's a slot guy. He's someone you can use in a return game. You can use him in different ways on the field, but he is not a number one target type receiver. So, um, but I'm glad I do have him. His speed is a game changer and an X factor, and just looking to continue getting the most out of him while we still have him. So, but again, I wanted to go out and upgrade our receiving core, and I did that by spending a good amount of money on Devonte Adams. Um, I seem to get a lot out of Devonte when I have him on certain teams, and even with his 77 catching, he does make a good amount of plays. And what's a sneaky little attribute that he has is 93 acceleration, even though he has 87 speed, which means in the open field he has a good chance of taking things all the way. So that's excuse me, that's a better I guess that's just a better key to have with a receiver like that. I spent about, I think it was close to 80 million over 5 years, and I can actually double check that. But uh, he is going to be my number one guy going into this season. That is a fact. Yeah, it was 4 years, so it was 76 million over 4 years, and I knew what I was getting when I signed him. It was some people that made some comments about me, being overrated, getting too much money. Honestly, if I was on the outside, if I was had another team, I would say that's too much money. But I know how I'm going to use Devontae, so this is a big pickup. Um, I also picked up Paul Richardson, who formerly was on the Seahawks. He's a pretty good receiver, and I think he's going to pan out over at the number two slot um, receiver position. So with that 94 speed and pretty decent catching, he is going to be a person that's going to get some good amount of targets this season, and be a big asset to the passing game. Um, Now I do have Jared Goff here. This is his third season. The previous user that had the Rams didn't really progress him, or at least give him the right attributes to help him progress. There was really no XP for him. But not really the bash the other guy, but I'm just trying to get things going. He's one of my focus players in my training, and I do want to increase the passing and just have him be one of the elite quarterbacks in this league. So, but I like him. He's got good throwing stats. He got a good arm. He tends to sail certain passes or lead someone a little too far, but I think that comes with certain traits like tight spiral and no other things. So I'm definitely gonna keep working on him. He's 23 and a great quarterback. So and I'm looking to make sure he's end up being one of the top five in that league. So look out for that. This is the bell cow here. This is the big boy, Todd Gurley. 24 years old. You can see superstar development. He's got a lot of good traits. And he is just he's a dog, man. He really keeps the offense moving. He keeps the chains short, and he could be a big play threat, and he's a good threat out of the backfield. So, Todd Gurley is that man. Is the star of the team, definitely on offense. My offensive line is a little bit average. I will say that, with the best player being Greg Robinson, my left tackle. He blocked pretty well in the 6 games that I had him last year, so I do want to just keep him there as that anchor. I did make a couple of pickups in the off season regarding offensive linemen, and actually then moved around a little bit. But I'm going to start the second year guy here, Richard Prather. He's going to be my center this year. He was kind of riding the bench behind another player who actually released in the offseason. So yeah, I'm just hoping that he kind of just command the line. And we did get beat a lot in the interior. And although he's a little young, I'm really trying to progress him and get him up, because offensive line is a lot if I'm going to have Gurley carrying the load. I did make a good draft pick this year in my first round, and I got this guy's right guard here, Christian Pakulak. As you can see, he's got good strength, 84 strength, 85 run blocking. Want to work on the pass blocking a little bit, but the impact blocking out the gate is 84. So definitely going to be able to use him, and kind of get that strength and make waves on that right side of that line for me. Um, I do have my tight end Will Ty back. He got injured the last 4 games of the year. Wasn't available. I think fractured his foot. So good to have him healthy. Pretty good speed, 86 speed. At the tight end spot. I would say overall decent, kind of decent catching stats. But he made some plays for me last year in the games I did play with him. So and it weren't too many better options in free agency, and I wasn't able to get the player that I did want in the draft. So Ty's going to be coming back and running the tight end spot. Um, I did pick up a tight end during the draft, though, I believe in the fourth round. This is Brian Blamlett. Pretty good. His catching is really low, so I do want to work on that. But he's mainly a blocking tight end, as you see. So that 76 run blocking will come in handy again uh, with Todd Gurley in the backfield, and he's 267 pounds. So that's a big boy that'll be pulling, or just setting the edge, things like that. So I'm kind of interested to see how he's going to be utilizing this offense. With the defense, I will say is the heart and soul of this team. Even with the playmakers I have on offense now, it all starts with this battering ram right here, Aaron Donald. As you see, 99, 27, superstar progression, the block shed 99, power moves 99. I mean, he's just a beast in the middle. And he sets the tone. And actually, with the way I'm going to play defense this year, and what I kind of started tinkering with last year, um, I can use him in a lot of different ways. If I run 4-3 sets, he'll be, one of the D tackles. If I have, maybe a 3-4, 3-3-5 set, he'll be the nose tackle. And he can handle either one. And maybe even put him at an end in certain um, packages, because of his speed, his acceleration, and his ability to shed blocks. So this is where it all starts. It starts up front, and he is definitely the anchor of that. I do have Robert Quinn coming back this year. I was kind of contemplating if I wanted to put him on the block, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and keep him here. His speed on the outside, you're not gonna get too much better. Uh, you're not gonna get anyone that much better at this point, with 91 overall, 84 speed, 88 block shed, 90 moves. So we're trying to really cause havoc on defense, which is how I like to play defense. So his speed and his ability to make plays off the edge will be vital. I do have Quentin Coples, who overall in his career has kind of been kind of a buzz, but he's not that bad, honestly. 78 speed, 83 strength, 82 block shed. I mean, he's getting up there in age right now, but he's I think he'll be useful. it's kind of an upgrade over William Hayes, who had to let go in the offseason. His stats were starting to deteriorate because of age, and kind of Copels makes up for what he lost. So I'll be able to use Copels and to assist with the defensive line pressure. My secondary. I'm gonna start there before I get to the linebackers. My secondary, I don't have the number one shutdown corner guy. I'm not gonna even try to make that up. I have some really good cornerbacks at what they do. I do have Tremaine Johnson, who's going to be starting over at left corner. Uh, 8 speed, but he has pretty good coverage. 81 man, 81 zone, 81 play rec, which is big. Being able to know what's coming or being able to jump routes, things like that. And I run my defense a certain way, and I'm not really going to kind of tip that off, to anybody. But I play defense with my corners a specific way, so I try not to put them in situations where they're kind of outmanned or there's mismatches. But Tremaine with his coverage skills, he'll be able to kind of make some plays for us this year. D Milner, I'm gonna give something real quick about D Milner. I seem to get him in every league that I have, but the one that I have in the grid, this guy makes plays. I mean, and mostly it's like he's a really physical cornerback. So he's able to, if I have him playing in a cover two, or if I have him, just playing close to the line, blitzing, he's always around the ball. He seems to be a big hitter. I do have the big hitter trait for him, and he's just he created a few forced fumble opportunities for us in the last half of the season, and I was able to progress him because of the fact he made the Pro Bowl, so which is dope. And it got him out of slow development to now normal development. So the XP will come a little bit um, more fruitful for him this year. 80 zone coverage, it's pretty good. 93 acceleration with a 91 speed. Still want to get his play rec up, but overall, I think I do have a nice piece here over at right corner. Um, let's see, with my safeties, Chris Denton. Chris Denton's pretty good. I got him off a practice squad, Cowboys practice squad, towards the end of last season due to all the injuries that I sustained in my defensive backfield. I'm gonna just have him take over the starting free safety spot. He's a second year guy, pretty nice. 90 speed, 89 acceleration, so he could cover a good portion of the field. Still working on his pursuit. Want to get that play rec up as well. But he is going to be pretty good over there at my free safety spot. And I want to say next to Aaron Donald as the most important piece on the defense is TJ McDonald. Um, he is an enforcer. He will come down in coverage. He can come guard a tight end. He can guard some slot receivers, depending on the team. And he is, I mean, just a dog. I mean, he will dislodge the ball. He will catch you coming across the middle. Um, and he can cover a little bit too. So he's a pretty good all around safety, and it's good to have him healthy. He missed a good portion of the last 5 games of the season, which was the playoff push for me. And I kind of needed him out there, so being able to have him to kind of shuffle the lineup, hopefully he'll stay healthy throughout the season and be able to make some big plays for us. My linebackers are kind of like my offensive line is a little average, with the outlier kind of being Alex Ogletree. He's pretty, he's good off the edge. In my certain sets, with 3-4 or 3-3-5, using him as a rusher or using him in coverage, he could do a little bit of both. So I will be, I'll be definitely mixing him into some packages this year to try to get him some good opportunities. This is my second year middle linebacker here, Camilla. He was second among rookies in interceptions last year. I think it was about 7. So, and he got hurt towards the end of the year too. So, looking to have him healthy, be that anchor, in the middle of the defense. Making all the calls, all the checks. So, just looking to continue his development and make plays for this defense. Overall, like I said before, I am excited about this team. What we lacking overall. talent or things like that, we were just all together cohesive. I think we have a really cohesive team. Practicing so far has been good. Devontae's been making plays in practice. I really like the different ways I can use him all over the field. He's just not someone you leave on one side of the field, and that's the only play where he can make plays. He can make plays in the slot. He can make plays on the right side, left side. You can line him up at fourth receiver. I mean, he's going to be a weapon, and I'm really looking forward to showing folks that he was worth all the money that I gave him to play for the Rams. So. Um, this is going to be a really fun season, I believe, for me, and this is going to be my first full season in the grid. So I'm gonna have this team from the first week of the preseason to the end, and hopefully we end up in the Super Bowl. Playing for something big. But the way I approach it, we go one game at a time, and we're gonna make this work. I do want to look over the schedule and just kind of see, you know, kind of the big games to look forward to. Any opponents that I may know of that we may be playing. Actually, let me go back, go to our schedule. Week one. Week one, we start against the Seahawks. My only game that I played against the actual Seahawks used last year, I did lose. It was a really close game. I believe it went to overtime, if I'm not mistaken. But I could see me and this guy are gonna have some wars this year. The other user that had the Rams before me, he beat the Seahawks last year. So overall, the season series was split at 1-1. But to start the season off against the Seahawks, like I said, I have Paul Richardson, so him being able to play against his old team, it's gonna be fun. I think that'll be the good game. That'll be a good game to set the tone for this year, and set the tone for the division. My goals are always to win the division first, and then let everything else play out from there. So there is going to be a lot of good football in the NFC West this year, I do believe. So I definitely want to get ahead of the curve and show that the Rams are here to stay over in the NFC West. Week two, we do have against the Lions. Again, I don't know everyone in the league and how they play or who's good and who's not that much, but I do know a couple of users that I did play last year, so I will be looking forward to playing them again. I did play the Eagles last year. That was a pretty good game. He's got some weapons over there, highlighted by Philip Dorsett. He's a burner, so my corners and my secondary definitely gonna be ready for him. Another division game early in the year against the Cardinals. I'm looking forward for that one. And then we have a three-game homestand: Packers, Raiders, Vikings. Um, and a couple of those teams are good. I know the Raiders and the Vikings will be looking to make noise this year. And then we have a bye week, week 9. So our year is definitely split up um, in 8. You know, we have a bye week, and then we finish with a final 8. So looking to start that first quarter of the year. Maybe start off 4-0. That's what we want to do. But like I said, we want to take things one game at a time, and that all starts with the Seahawks. Looking at the last half of the year, we come out of the bye week against the Seahawks, so we start our second season pretty much against the Seahawks. So I wonder what my team's going to look like right here coming out of the bye week. It'll be good to have a bye week, and then pretty much continue the road trip that we'll have. We'll start off at the Chargers, bye week, Seahawks, then at the 49ers. Um, I don't know. This is interesting. This is really interesting how this schedule is breaking out for the last half of the season. Looks like I finished with 5 of 8 on the road. So we'll be needing to definitely bring our lunch pails on the road and show them that the Rams are for real. Broncos here, another division game against the 49ers. So that's 2 in 3 weeks against the 49ers. And then I go to the Chiefs against the admin Eddie. Shout out to Eddie one time. Eddie's been cool. I've communicated with him a couple of times. And then I'd also have a division game, my last division game of the year against the Cardinals. I finished at the Bucks and at the Bears. Again, I don't know everyone in this league, so I don't know. I gotta look at these teams and see what they will be like at this point. But to finish with 2 on the road, I would hope that we have some things locked up, and kind of looking forward to the playoffs. I'm not really a user that likes to have to, win my last game to get in the playoffs. I like to, already have things set in stone so I can start sitting some players and get other people, progressed up and get some XP and things like that. But again, we'll see how it goes. So that's pretty much the season schedule. I'm not really gonna make a prediction about a record. I really like to take it game by game. My mindset is to go 1-0 every week, but things happen. Madden happens. I mean, everyone knows how that goes. Excuse me. Everyone knows how that goes. So it definitely be interesting to see how this season turns out. But again, I am so excited about these Rams. I didn't know how much talent I was going to be able to have by the start of the season because I came in late. Didn't know how much scouting the other user did. Didn't know what my cat room was going to look like. But after kind of making some moves, picking up some players off the practice squad, seeing I could be using them, especially my receiving core, kept a couple players off the practice squad, and they're actually on the active roster now. And then keep and getting some of my defensive players healthy for this run this year. I'm really excited. I feel like we're going to make a lot of plays on defense. I think the defense will be creating a lot of turnovers and a lot of opportunities for my offense to have short field. And looking to kind of change some games um, and really just take things off this year. I mean, we got the defending NFC champs, the Panthers. I know the Giants had a pretty good run. They got a new user over there. So yeah, we want to make some noise for sure. I do want to kind of spotlight a couple of rookies that I'm excited about on this team. I meant to do that earlier, kind of slipped my mind. But this guy right here, Eric DeBose, he is a running back that drafted in the third round, I believe. And although his carrying is low, he's a rookie, gonna work it up. He was actually projected to be a fifth round running back. Got him in the third. Kind of needed a change of pace back with me losing Trey Mason. I wanted to pick up a back that I could kind of use in a variety of ways. I'm actually going to have him on kick return, and may switch him out on punt return depending how I'm feeling in a particular game. But he would definitely be coming into my season as my number two back. Um, I can use him maybe on third downs. I can use him out of the backfield and receiving, and also to give Gurley a breather every so often. When he's carrying it and he's running it nonstop. So I want to do have a strong running game. So having him as an option will be vital this year. I didn't really have no one else to go to, and sometimes when Mason was injured, so I didn't really have anybody to go to at a certain point in the season. So this will be that I feel like he's going to be a person to watch and an X factor on my team. Also on defense, I drafted a couple of outside linebackers that I believe I'm going to start. I'm going to try to use in pass rushing situations. This guy, Kilo McCullough, he is very fast. You see 88 speed. His moves as a lineman or as pass rusher, I need to work on those, get those up. He's also one of my focus players in training right now. Want to get that play recognition up, his finesse moves, his power moves, because I think after this year, Mark Barron may be. I don't know if I'm going to resign him. So to have this guy waiting in the wings and also having some game experience, could prove pretty beneficial for this team this year. But yeah, you see 85, 88 speed, and I feel like that speed is going to be it could be a real game changer on defense, on third downs and just certain passing situations. Um, he's one of them, and I also have another one, Fitzgerald here, Pat Fitzgerald. He's another, as you see, fast guy off the edge. And it helps with depth as well. Again, last year I did suffer some injuries on defense, so God forbid if I go through that again this year, I do have people that we could be useful um, in those positions there. So overall, again, excited about the team. Looking forward to the season. I do want to shout out the whole NBL community. Some of you don't know me yet, but I'm looking to be involved in this league and community for a while and moving forward. Um, Always heard great things about it, but to be a part of it and experience it and kind of just see how things are done in the big leagues, and now even me being in the developmental league, I'm really excited. I'm excited about this team. Excited about just getting better as a user. Excited about just showing people all over around the community what I have to offer and looking to make some noise, man. I'm a very competitive guy. Uh, I've been in all different CFMs for a while. Won a Super Bowl this particular Madden in another league, which is my first one since I started playing Madden League. So really want to prove myself over here, which is considered the best. So want to shout out all the admins. Want to shout out my guy Mo. He was the one that kind of got me the information to be over here. He had mentioned it before, and as soon as I asked him about it, he shooted me the website link, and I was able to sign up. So just want kind of to take some time to show some recognition to those folks who kind of are making all worth it for me being here. And look out for those Rams, man. Hollywood Rams. We coming, man. LA football is back, and your boy Tim here is definitely trying to have the Rams at the top of the mountain at some point. So look out for that. Again, appreciate everyone. I'm gonna be doing more of these. This is my very first video, so I'm gonna try to clean it up with all of the ums and ands and kind of repeating stuff. So bear with me, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, and I will be doing more of these throughout the season. Any updates? Trying to do more vlog series on my team, and to show y'all we got a lot of content coming for the Rams. So again, thanks, and this is Tim, GM of the Rams. Look out for us coming soon. Appreciate it.